What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and in today's video we're taking a look at the latest wave of Travis Scott merch, this time in support of his legendary mixtape, Days Before Rodeo. Now before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to the homie Strain Beats, who's been cooking up the beats for these videos, so make sure you guys check him out. And while you're here, you might as well drop a like and subscribe and join our free Discord to stay up to date with the latest and the greatest. Shout out to all of my chefs in there. Now to start off today's video, I wanted to dive right into the latest Days Before Rodeo merch drop, which Travis would actually advertise on his Instagram story not too long ago, and surprisingly would feature an exclusive collaboration with one of Travis's early collaborators, which we'll see here in just a moment. Now before I go any further, I want to give a special shout out to my chef Yooooo, who alerted the Discord server as soon as this drop went live, so if you're not in there, this is also your sign to join. So to start off this latest Travis Scott merch collection, we of course have the following Cactus Jack spider collaboration in the form of this hoodie, which also features the special edition vinyl for Days Before Rodeo. Now the most important thing that stands out to me as soon as I look at this collection is that these pieces are advertised as shipping between 12 and 16 weeks, which means don't expect any of these pieces for at least 4 months. Now you might be watching this video and wondering what the hell the Spider brand is and why this collaboration is so special and expensive, and your answer is you're looking right at him. As the king of slime himself, aka Young Thug or Jeffrey, actually started Spider in February of 2019 and has been a pivotal force in the streetwear industry over the last couple of years, even making appearances on Thug himself in his most recent courtroom battles, so you know that this collaboration runs deep, as LaFlame would invite Young Thug on his first major tour all the way back in 2015 in support of the Rodeo album. And of course, for those of you that are fans of both Thug and Travis, we know that Thug would also feature on Days Before Rodeo in the form of the classic and banger Skyfall. Now next up in this latest Cactus Jack collection, we of course have the following Cactus Jack and Spider t-shirt, which also features the deluxe vinyl and will run you about 70 bucks, which all things considered is honestly not a bad deal at all. And for a bit of a change of pace, this bundle along with several others in this drop are actually shipping within 4 weeks instead of the advertised 12 to 16 as we saw with the first hoodie, so that's at least something to look forward to, and I'd say it's a bit more reasonable than waiting up to 4 months as we saw with that first hoodie. Now next up we have a couple more Cactus Jack and Spider branded collab tees, which are honestly pretty raw and immediately give off a kind of grunge vibe that I can see Travis using in today's most recent Utopia era, and surprisingly these are also shipping within 4 weeks, so again that's something to look forward to. And if you're sitting here watching this video and at this point a little bit on the fence about what piece to pick up from this most recent Days Before Rodeo merch drop, I wanted to highlight the following value in the fact that this current collab tee is listed as $65, and we most recently saw a bundle that also featured the vinyl for an extra $5 that would run you $70. So if you're looking for the best value, that might actually be it. Now in terms of my favorite pieces of merch from this collection, this piece right here might actually be my favorite collab featuring Cactus Jack and Spider. And while I do think that this collab hoodie is actually pretty hard, I'll show you guys a hoodie that dropped exclusively at the Atlanta event that I think is honestly my favorite in just a little bit. So to wrap up the last few pieces of merch from this exclusive collaboration between Young Thug and Travis Scott, we of course have something to keep your head top protected in the form of the $60 trucker hat, which also features a classic mesh backing and a snapback to keep yourself fitted and drippy in celebration of Days Before Rodeo. And just because I want to do something special for this video, I'm asking all of my chefs and viewers to comment free Young Thug in the comments, and free my boy Jeffrey one time. You smell me? Now as for the final piece of merch from this exclusive Cactus Jack Spider collaboration, we also have this pair of shorts, which is going to run you a cool $150, and as I was looking at the product description, it does look like those studs are actually raised in physical objects, so you do have some texture on these shorts, giving you a little something to help justify that price. And if you're watching this video and at this time you're still not convinced and none of the pieces from this exclusive Cactus Jack and Spider collaboration are speaking to you, then Travis Scott aka LaFlame here would have your back, as he would drop the following DBR branded merch pieces that we saw available at last night's exclusive show in Atlanta, allowing fans to purchase something historic. So for a cool retail price of $125, this raw hoodie can be yours in as little as 4 weeks, which again is better than the 3 to 4 months that we saw earlier in this collaboration. Now, as far as my favorite piece of merch from this entire collection and out of the first 2 waves that we've seen, it's definitely gotta be the following t-shirt here that'll run you about 55 bucks, as I think it's just a great commemorative piece for the 10-year anniversary. And honestly, after seeing these photos of the piece in hand from last night's show in Atlanta, it's definitely speaking to me and something I definitely like to style myself, even though I don't wear a lot of white. So if you guys have any fit recommendations, let us know in the comments. And finally, to wrap up this special Days Before Rodeo collection, we also have the following Drugs You Should Try It t-shirt, which is of course a play on the hat that we saw as part of the first wave of pre-order merch. And all things considered, I have to say I honestly prefer this most recent wave of Travis Scott merch, so if you guys feel the same, let me know in the comments. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned this limited edition collab hoodie that was available at last night's special edition concert in Atlanta that was a collaboration between Cactus Jack and Cactus Plant Flea Market, which not only pays tribute to Travis's Days Before Rodeo project, but also mentions Free Thugger, so again, free Young Thug in the comments one time. And if celebrating this project with the newest deluxe tracks isn't enough, Travis would also tease a potential upcoming tour for Days Before Rodeo.
I might gotta do a whole tour of this right here, man. It's the best shows on the planet right here.
So after hearing this potential tour announcement from LaFlame himself, and as someone who first saw Travis perform in a venue of about 150 people, I can only hope that he does a small venue tour, and if you guys would like that as well, let us know in the comments. And as for the icing on the cake for this Days Before Rodeo celebration, Travis's own mentor, aka Ye, would actually share himself listening to DBR on his Instagram story, so I can only imagine just how fulfilling and awesome the feeling must be for LaFlame, given that he is of course Kanye's protege. Now, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Ultimately, the collaboration between Cactus Jack and Young Thug's Spider brand was definitely unexpected, but personally, I'm even more excited that Travis uploaded the pieces that we saw at the event last night in Atlanta. If you couldn't tell, this Days Before Rodeo era is definitely special to someone like myself who is a longtime fan, so as always, I'd love to know what your guys' favorite song is, and thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen. Remember to stay safe out there, and as always guys, remember, it's lit. Straight up, and peace.